What's going on, Conquistadors? It is Scotty the Chunky Spaniard. Welcome back to Round Like Me, and we've gone back to the vlogger style entrance. I just don't understand what the draw is to this whole vlogger thing, because they always start with like some cheesy like, "Hi everybody." Oh, I didn't see you there. Make me so mad because I don't know what the content is, but it is time for a Sunday video. Happy October, okay? Some other thing they might say is like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I've been flaking on you. Flaking on you. Flaking on you could be bad, especially if you have like dandruff or something. If they're like, sorry I've been flaking on you guys. Haven't been using my Head and Shoulders. So gross! But probably true in some instances. But today, I've got a few questions for you. I just want to do this intro. I don't have a theme song idea in my head because I've got so many other things going on in my brain. And I will explain in just a second. But hey, thanks for coming back, if you're back. And I got a few questions for you. So let's get to a more comfortable position and then we shall chat. All right? I will see you in a second. Magic. Well, I am back due to the power of some subpar editing. It's so bad. I'm trying to get better, I promise. But today, I wanted to talk about some things that are kind of on my heart. That's what Sundays are kind of becoming. Sundays are going to be more of an introspective, let's reflect on the week, and maybe what I'm going through might help you in real life, in the real world. The thing that's been messing with my head recently is people that talk down to people. People that are condescending or patronizing. And it's very, very frustrating. And that's not to say that I'm some genius, but when it comes to teaching and the classroom, I kind of know what's going on. I've been doing this for 18 years. The problem is, the way people are coming at me, they're acting like that I don't know what I'm doing and that they know better than me. Let me explain. We are in week 6, okay? It's October, okay? In elementary school, parent-teacher conferences would be on the horizon. We are on the semester system, so we send out progress reports every 6 weeks, and you get final grades once every semester. So two actual report cards per year. And with week 6 progress reports, first off, parents don't realize that it's a progress report and it's not your final grade. You still got time to work on things. Second, the way parents attack teachers nowadays, it's totally different. I've been teaching since the year 2000. I was 22 when I had my first classroom, which was shocking for the parents when they walked in. I was blasting Van Halen the very first day of school, and these parents walk in because being a brand new teacher, forgot to sharpen pencils. Had everything set up, forgot that I needed some sharpened pencils for these 3rd graders. And I remember this first family that walked in, my buddy Josh. He's now my buddy, he's like 23. Josh, is he 24? Oh my gosh, I don't know. He's married with 2 kids. That'll tell you. It's been a long time since I've had these kids. But I remember him and his family walking in and Van Halen's blaring and they're looking at me like, who is this kid teaching our kid? Back then, I was learning the ropes, and I actually had such a great set of families at the very beginning of my educational career that helped me along, and they were great. But nowadays, parents are trying to go to battle and step up to the plate for their kids more and more when they need to take the training wheels off and let their kids start fighting their own battles, especially in junior high. But it's even happening at the collegiate level. My buddy, who's a college professor, has been telling me about his colleagues at a sister college, that the parents are actually emailing and trying to meet with the professors on their students' behalf. At that point, you have no more room to help your kid out. That's your kid's battle. Your kid is graduated. They are an adult. Okay, not a fully formed adult, but they're adult enough. They're driving themselves. They probably got a job, hopefully. And they need to fight their own battles. You need to learn how to deal with real people in the real world. And if you can't, then maybe you don't deserve the grade that you're trying to fight for. And usually it's your own fault. I know that from my own experience in college. It was my own fault for my grades. And my dad was a college president, and I wasn't gonna go to him and say, Dad, can you go talk to this teacher? It's really messed up. No, not gonna do that. But again, it's a different age. But now, because of the week 6 progress reports, so Rabbit Trail and now Beck, I'm getting like just hammered, like with emails and parents saying like, you're wrong. I'm wrong? I don't just choose grades out of a hat. I'm not wrong. Did you do some research before you came at, this little Wolverine? Because I'm hairy and I wish I had some claws, and I'm short. So I am kind of like Wolverine. I'm kind of fiery, if you haven't figured that out yet. Super competitive, and I got a little angry streak. But parents telling me that I'm absolutely wrong with their child's grade. Did you check and see how many missing assignments your child had before you just looked at the grade and instantly, because we live in a very reactionary world. I see my little angel has a D. I'm gonna message the teacher. That is wrong. No, it's not. Your kid is missing 2 or 3 assignments. Other assignments they've turned in, super low scores. There's nothing I can do about that other than communicate, which I do. I send home progress reports every 3 weeks that need to be signed by the families. And I send home emails to all my students that have D's and F's. And if I can't get through via email, I give them a phone call and say, hey, did you know your student is not passing? Plus, with today's technology, all of the grades are posted online for the families to check and review themselves. Everything is online. You can check everything. But yet, I'm wrong. I don't get it. Or then you get the families that, and you're gonna love this, that are like, hey, I know that she just turned this in, but could you get that in the grade book? Please and thank you. Please and thank you? Would we even be having this conversation if your student had turned it in on time? No, we wouldn't. It's 2 weeks late. And guess what? Teachers have 2 weeks to get stuff in the grade book, so you're gonna wait. If it had been in on time, we wouldn't be talking about it. The condescension and the patronizing of teachers and other people is frustrating, and it sets a bad precedent and it sets a bad tone, because it also, your student or your child sees the way you're treating people, and they're gonna treat people the exact same way until they realize that that's not cool. We had a custodian years ago when I was teaching elementary school, and he and I love our grounds crew and our custodial staff and all those people. Those are more my people than like the people that are, super intelligent and want to talk about standards all the time. I'd rather just hang out and talk. And I was talking to one of our custodians after school one day. His name is James, and I was like, James, man, because he was asking me, oh, I had a guitar. That's what happened. James saw that I had a guitar in the classroom and was like, oh, you play? I'm like, yeah, I play a little bit. He's like, oh, I play too. I'm like, sweet, what do you listen to? And so we started talking music. And then we got on the conversation about like, so if you're writing music and you're doing all this, why choose custodial work? Because you seem super talented. And he's like, actually, I have my master's in physics, but I didn't want to go into that field because it was just, I didn't want to use my brain that much. And so he's like, I like what I'm doing, and I get to still write music, and I'm not bogged down by, projects and experiments and things like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was a big eye opener to see that this guy who, was just emptying my garbage can had all this rich knowledge of other things. Be careful how you talk to other people. Be very, very careful about how you talk to other people. It's a life lesson for everyone. That could be from the person that works at the fast food place that you're getting your tacos at. It could be the custodial staff. It could be the dude mowing your lawn. Take some time to get to know some people, and you might realize there's more to them than just what you see on that surface. So be careful Be very, very careful if you're being condescending, because sometimes you're gonna be proven wrong, and it doesn't feel very good when you go at someone and you're like, no, I know that I am right. And they're like, actually, here's all the facts. And you're like, okay. Well, thanks. That's the other thing. I'll email back politely, and I won't even get a, hey, sorry, you know what? I was out of line, or I was wrong. I appreciate you looking that up for me. No, it's just crickets. So another life lesson, own up to your mistake. Man, just own it. Teach your kids some of that, like, as well. That's why I'm willing to say when I've made a mistake. When 2 kids last week were like, hey, I noticed in the grade book it said I had this grade. I think I redid that for a better score. I was like, sure, let's look it up. Oh my gosh, I missed it. I'll fix it. Sorry, that was my fault. I try and show these kids that yes, we do make mistakes and it's okay to admit that you're wrong, and it's a fixable solution. We can take care of it. It's not something where I'm like, I just freak out and I'm like, no, it's not okay. No, I'm like, all right, let's check. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'll fix it. Easy fix, done. So teach yourself and teach your kids not to talk down to people. Be very, very careful about that, especially at food service, because spitting your food. Okay, had some friends that did that when they were in high school. And teach your kids, like, and yourself, to admit when you're wrong and own it. That makes you such a better person, man. But here's a big question for you if you've made it this far into the video. Like, what works best for these videos? As far as like release time, what's gonna work best for you guys? Because I've tried different things over the past 2 weeks, releasing early in the morning. That's usually the time that I've released. Then I've released later in the day. It seems like later in the day has gotten a better response, but then it's out of the groove that we've been in. So what's gonna work best for everybody that watches this channel and everybody that comments? Because you're the people that I'm making these videos for. Yeah, it's a little therapy sesh for me, but really, I love interacting with all of you, and I love, you know, putting out some content that you guys might chew on, might think about. That's the whole point of this. I'm not gonna be one of those crazy vloggers that's like, hey guys, I was so angry today, it made me want to spits. Not sponsored by Spits, although they are the best sunflower seeds and they don't like make your mouth raw. Man, I love these things. They're the best. This is cracked pepper. I love dill pickle and barbecue too. Barbecue could have a little stronger flavor. Rabbit trail. Or I could say I'm a bit salty today. Got my peanut butter pretzels. But anyway, that's just some thoughts on a Sunday, you know, some thinking about some different things that maybe you could do to improve your world. So, in summary, be careful when you're talking down to people. And if you are, knock it off, because you jerk face. And admit when you're wrong, own it. Okay, it's gonna make you a better person. It's gonna make you a stronger person, too. It'll make you more aware of the way you interact with other people. So remember, conquistadors, be a better person tomorrow than you were today. I'll see you next time on Round Like Me. Go out and make this world a better place this week. Smile, give someone a hug if they're huggable. Or, I mean, if they're into that sort of thing. Some people have like this weird, like, don't touch me. So give a hey or a high five or a knuckle or something. Open the door for somebody. Say good morning, good afternoon, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenos noches. Okay? And I'll see you on Tuesday for a Tunes on a Tuesday. And I still don't know. I've narrowed it down to like 6 different bands and I can't figure out what I'm actually gonna do yet. Dilemma. I will see you next time on Round Like Me. Be good people. Take care. Bye.